Hello there viewers, this is Dakian coming to you with another Monday morning update. This is for the 25th of January 2016. And this update will be relatively short and it will be focused completely on my New Year's project, the Kingdom of Chaos, because that's all that I've painted this past week, really. I did a little bit of work on some of my alpha minis, but not enough for there to be any point in me showing you the progress. Maybe next week. So anyway, I finished these archers. These are, as you can see, the more lightly armored guys. And yeah, they're okay. Let's see if I can show you something a bit closer. And here's a close-up of one of the guys. Remove the background. And let's turn him around. As you can see, I've not worked super detailed on these guys. Just enough to sort of hint at there being detail. But again, as Battlefield minis, I'm perfectly happy with them. And with this, I'm actually done with the infantry portion of this project. Now I have lots of cavalry left to do. Let's move on to them. So these are my in-progress heavy cavalry, the armored knights. There's 6 of them, and the stage they're at is that I've just applied a layer of watered-down PVA glue to seal in the grit. Basic grit. This needs to dry for 24 hours, then I can prime them. And I pre-assembled them. There's no fancy pinning or anything here. I just simply glued the riders into the saddles and glued the lances into the hands of the riders. And I had to use some super glue accelerant to get the lances to sit there. So let's not push too hard on those, or they will probably break off. And curious fact here, if you want to be realistic, historical, these things look nothing at all like cavalry lances. These are jousting lances, which you would never use on a battlefield because they're made of wood and designed to break. But I suppose the rule of cool applies. If it looks cool, it looks like the image people have of the Middle Ages from movies or whatnot. I suppose it's okay. But I haven't just painted miniatures, I've also done some terrain. Now this is, again, paper on foam board, printed out and glued. The foam board base and the walls are foam board. And yeah, my first attempt at a building. This was a very simple one. I did make one mistake when printing. See, the PDFs are in layers, so you can choose the kind of walls you want, and you can choose how many windows and doors you want. And I went for the maximum number of doors and windows, and didn't realize that that meant 2 doors on 1 corner. That looks a bit stupid if anybody cares to think about it, but I guess that during a game nobody will give that a second thought. So next up I'm going to try some multi-leveled buildings in this kind of paper crafting. I also did a few resin pieces. These pentacles, these are from Federal Miniatures. They're just flat resin pieces that are painted up to look like some sort of beige stone with a blue painted pentacle. I tried to make a sort of vaguely glowing effect on the runes here. I don't know if it comes across. The reason I did these is that there's a scenario in Frostgrave where you need to place down teleport circles, which are approximately the size. I think they're the size of the inner ring here, actually, but no matter. So that's the intended use for them. That's why I bought these particular ones. And, you know, they were simply painted with some dry brushing and washes. And finally, why not show you some of the upcoming terrain projects I've got. I've got these two kits that are also from Fenrir Miniatures. First off, the Ruined Tower, which is kind of a... This is rather simple, it's just 3 pieces. I'll have to check if this is supposed to be removed. It's together like this. It's kind of a leaning tower. It's starting to sag. And the Temple in Ruins, or Ruined Temple, or however you want to pronounce it, which is simply a part of a shrine, maybe a base like this, and then there's a bag full of ruined pillars to attach to it. Simple enough. Those are resin, by the way. And yeah, we'll see when I get around to them. But anyway, that is all I have for you this week. Well, today. Maybe something else will show up on the channel later this week. I don't know. But for now, I'm Dakian, wishing you a productive and happy week, and also signing off.